Hello.
This happens every time. Costa tries to make a point and his internet gives up.
I was expecting that. I was expecting that Vaisudev यही होने वाला है. That was my mom calling actually. So yeah, I had to pick up. If I had cut the call,
So welcome back to yet another episode of Pod Z Bus. So we are going to discuss the Copa and Euro finals now. So we've got our three guests here. We've got Kaustubh Mishra, we've got Simran Fukan, and we've got Neil from Netflix Football. So if you could wave to the audience.
Hey, how's it going?
hello. Spain and Argentina supporter here, Costa Mishra. Since I'd like to say this is the podcast for Park Bus. You already know me, most probably.
Simran, your
Greatest
voice is
member
not
of the group
audible.
anyway.
My voice is not audible.
It is now.
It is now? Okay.
So before going ahead with the obvious discussion, so let us discuss the four teams that have reached the final. So starting with the hot favorites that are Italy and the neutrals favorites now as well after last night. So what are your thoughts on Italy?
Why are you
Should I start?
asking?
Yeah, that's a good.
Ladies first, I would say. So let Simran start.
Yeah, Simran, go on.
Okay, so like this Euro has been like so unexpected. Like when it started, I was 90% sure that it is going to be France, because let's admit it, they have got a star-studded team, and like in every position there is a star. Like I don't know what happened, but yeah, I thought France would win. But when I saw Italy play, the first match itself, I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't expect Italy to be so good after they couldn't qualify in the last World Cup. And because I have not followed Serie A, or I even not follow Premier League, that strictly I watched a few matches. So I didn't know like that Barella is so good. Even Jorginho, like even, but I guess Chelsea fans don't think of him as a good player, but he has been pretty solid for Italy. And of course, Verratti. So Italy has been a surprise. And after watching one or two matches, I was like, shit, this team is probably going in the finals. And England, what to say? Like, I didn't expect that England will be in the finals. I was praying Germany will somehow do the impossible and beat them, but things couldn't work out, and now the worst has happened, and now I'm just praying, please Italy, please save humankind, please just don't let England win. That's all I want. Like, no other expectations. Like, please don't let them win. Like, I cannot. That's all I have to say. And Copa America, I'm sorry, I've not followed Copa America, because after watching Euros for like till 3 in the morning, because every match goes to extra time. It has been like that. So I fall asleep. I only watched the Argentina versus Colombia. I got up right in time of penalty shootouts, and I'm like, please Argentina nikal jaye. My dad, he was watching from the morning itself, but I woke up late, and my dad is like, please Messi miss mat karna, please, please, I beg. And Messi didn't miss, and when Messi didn't miss, no, I felt that ki like, nahi, Argentina ja rahi hai aage. That's all. Copa ke bare mein zyada nahi pata, but yeah, Italy has been like good, and England, I don't know. England has been good as a team, but I don't want them to win. Like, that's my personal opinion. That's all.
So moving on to Samrat Da, the only one in the panel who I think has some sympathy for English and English fans. So what are your opinions regarding the four finalists?
Saisu, first of all, before I start off with the opinions, thank you, Park Zabas, for actually inviting me. It's a lovely change of scenario to be actually being among the panels and to be the one being asked the questions, not the one constantly hammering the audience or the panelists with my set of agendas. Or as Costa is smiling, you can all see Costa smiling. Okay, so for finalists, I'd say in 2 or 3 podcasts for other channels that I did, I absolutely hammered Southgate because of his selection dilemmas, because of his tactics. But let's face it, like Roberto Mancini, he has turned it around, but he won't get the plaudits because he played for Middlesbrough and doesn't wear a classy suit, although he did wore one the other night. But let's talk about facts that England have conceded the least amount of goals towards in their campaign, having faced the likes of former finalists Croatia, former World Cup winners Germany, high-flying Ukraine, and then very energetic Denmark. So all of the fans expected England to lose at every stage, and they have got on through it with flying colors. Especially the other night, people saying that Denmark should have won the game. Let me tell you that there is no should have in football. As a preacher of statistics and analytics, doing the analysis and stuff, statistics, you can tell XG, XA, all those kind of things, but you saw how England dominated possession, how England had the game by the fair share of the neck. The finishing was just lacking. Like Gary Neville said very, very well, that there could have been, if it wasn't even a penalty, though that was, we've seen worse given, Saisu, Costa and Simran. We've seen absolutely worse given in La Liga, in Premier League, much more worse is given with and without VAR. So because this is England that is being talked about, because they're always over the press, they're being equated that anti-nationals and all those stuff. But England, the facts remain that England are into the final. Italy, from outside contenders to dark horses to now potential title favorites. What a roller coaster journey, especially by Mancini. 34 matches unbeaten, absolutely fantastic. Other than that, Euros, I think I expected France to be there. I expected Portugal to be there. I expected Germany to be there, even without the number 9. But football is a crazy game. We were very much entertained as a neutral, especially we were very much entertained in this Euros. Copa, I have very honestly have not watched it because this is probably the 4th Copa in the last 6 years. Even as a Brazil fan, it feels like the tournament has lost kind of its value, being the destination being changed at the last moment, the pitches not being up to condition, the teams not. I don't get that vibe that this is a Copa that we have always seen and witnessed about. Still, the 2 favorites, Brazil and Argentina, are rightfully there. And it's going to be a tough battle. We'll get to know Sunday early morning who lifts the trophy. But either way, even as a Brazil supporter, I would want Messi to win because his international career cannot go incomplete with the maestro that he is. I personally be happy if Brazil win. Obviously, I'll rejoice. But if Messi comes up with a trophy, feel very happy for him because his trophy career, with the career and with the player, he is so generational. The international trophy deserves to be in his armament.
So now moving on to Costa. So after all the Copa slander from both of them, the negligence or ignorance, you could say. So you are a Copa expert in this panel. So you are the only one who has given its due importance to that 100-year-old competition. So first, I would like your thoughts on Copa.
ये आंखें दिख रही है. These ये कोपा और यूरो लगातार देखने की वजह से हुआ है ये आंखों की आग. I have been on 2 hours sleep schedule for last 2 weeks. क्योंकि यार मन करता है कि नहीं जाने दो, क्या बोलते हैं, अर्जेंटीना वैसे भी हार जाएगी. बट एवरी लियोनेल मेसी को पिच पे देखने का वो जो ग्रीड है ना, वो नहीं जाता है. तो या यूरोज में आई एम अ स्पेनिश सपोर्टर. I'm not an Argentine fan per se. I'm a Messi supporter. I'll give it straight. I do not watch Argentina for Argentina. I do not care for Argentina. I care for Lionel Messi. If Lionel Messi plays good, that makes my day. If Lionel Messi has a bad day and Argentina wins, I don't care. That's for me. So I don't know. Last time when Spain lost on penalties and Argentina won on penalties, I was like, I didn't know कि मैं क्या इमोशन फील करूं यार. मैं सोच में पड़ गया कि should I be happy Messi is in another final. फिर मेरे को रियलाइज करता है मेसी का फाइनल जाना तो इनएविटेबल ही था. होता है, जीतेंगे तब खुश होऊंगा, ऐसा सीन है. I'll talk about Spain's Euro journey first. Everyone underestimated Spain. Everyone underestimated Lucho. They forgot कि भाई Lucho treble winning manager है. Everyone gives credit to the MSN trio, but nobody realizes Lucho was the one who made MSN
Also,
click.
why would anyone underestimate
the
a
one-
treble winning coach, man?
Everyone the selection
No,
problem.
he had made some
Everyone had
dodgy
a problem
selection
with,
calls, not picking
Lucho
Ramos, not picking
selecting
any Real
Real
Madrid
Madrid
player.
players.
It wasn't
So
the problem.
if he's
I'll
doing that,
tell
leaving out the
you
best
why
players,
is that.
he
Lucho
will
is
know.
preparing. Not exactly leaving out the best players. Ramos had an injury struck season. Iago
Nacho.
Aspas has never lived up to expectations in the
But he
in
only-
national
Come on,
jersey.
Diego
Daniel
Llorente,
Carvajal
who
will
doesn't
always-
even
but
start for Leeds, got ahead of Ramos. Come on, Costa.
And also that he
I
only,
watched the Premier League. Diego Llorente doesn't even start for Leeds.
and also they picked up only
doesn't even
24
start.
players. They could have picked up 2 more. And I think Nacho should have been there after the
I'll
season.
tell
he
you
had.
why. Luis Enrique.
Yes,
Luis
yes.
Enrique is preparing a
Nacho
team
agenda.
for the next World Cup for the upcoming 5 years or a decade. That's what Luis Enrique is planning for. Because you look at the team, the average age, the players he put his faith in, and secondly, if you see, the way Spain played, Luis Enrique already had a set plan. I will play this way. I will have the players who will play this way for me. Others I don't care for. यही सोच के आया था Luis Enrique. He had a plan. He put it into full effect. Without Sergio Busquets, they felt they looked lost in the first 2 games. Everyone was like, Spain, khatam. Because Rodri, for all his qualities, is no Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets is, goat tier when it comes to midfield. I hope people are realizing it now. Sergio Busquets has redefined the position that is of defensive midfielder. Be it Makelele made the destroyer role, work. Even the DLP role in the center of the midfield, in the center of the midfield, the deep lying playmaker role. I think Saisu would love to talk about his own legend, Graham Souness. There have been players, in the center of the midfield. Busquets, when Busquets came into the Spain squad, there was no change in plan. Luis Enrique still made Spain play the same way. But with Busquets, they just did everything better. Spain
Costa, just one
into
thing,
the
just one
semifinals
thing.
might have surprised
just
many.
one thing, Costa, just one thing. You said Luis Enrique was making a team for the next 5 or 6 years. How does Busquets figure in that, and not Sergio Ramos?
Busquets is 32. Sergio Ramos is 35. Busquets can still go Busquets can still play. Busquets can still play the next World Cup. Sergio Ramos की surety नहीं है. He was injured, for more than half the season. There is no surety कि Sergio Ramos का भी वैसा ही season नहीं जाएगा last year की तरह.
Let's leave Sergio Ramos
Busquets
for
is
a
still
minute.
32.
But I still think he should have picked Nacho. When he has been so versatile, he can play multiple positions.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Nacho should have been there. Like, जब उसको select
Nacho
नहीं किया,
Nacho is a valid point. Nacho का understandable है. Even I said in Samrat Das podcast कि Nacho should have been there. So yeah, he was a big miss. But ठीक है. Everyone was surprised by Spain's deep run into the semi-finals. But frankly speaking, जो क्या बोलते हैं लूचो को देखे बार्सिलोना फैंस, जो क्या बोलते हैं एल्बा को पूरा सीजन देखे हैं, the kind of season Pedri has had, the kind of season Busquets had, we weren't that surprised by this run because यार 24 people नहीं लगते, 24 man squad पूरा squad नहीं लगता है. If your 11 players are clicking, if they are connecting, that's enough to ensure,
Spain had
maybe
the
not win the
most
tournament,
changes in the squad, Costa.
but a deep run.
Statistically, they had the most changes in the squad.
Samrat, on that note, I would like to ask you that he mentioned Jordi Alba. So what are your mentions on Alba versus Shaw, especially only for this Euros, if you consider only for this Euros? This has been a raging
Alba
debate.
has been a Alba has been a contrary to Costab's agenda. I'm pretty much older than him, and I've seen more football than he has. Alba has been a brilliant player for Spain and Barcelona. Absolutely the best left back for probably.
I'd like to say Samrat. What makes you think you've seen more football than me?
I'm
Just
I'm
because of
6
age.
years older
When
than
did you
you.
start?
2003.
No, when did you start though?
And
Oh, then
2003.
No, because everyone thinks कि क्या बोलते age की वजह से they started more before I started
No,
watching football with my grandfather
I,
when I was in
I back up my
I was
stats.
six.
Costa.
Obviously, I didn't understand that
how
much back then.
how I
But
became
yeah,
a United supporter because of Henry, and I was almost becoming an Arsenal supporter because of Henry and Nistelrooy in magazine. Then I actually started playing FIFA, and Nistelrooy stuck out to me, man, and started watching my games with my maternal uncle, and then it clicked. I fell in love with Nistelrooy before I fell in love with Manchester United, and then Ronaldo happened. But going back to the Luke
great
Shaw versus
decision in
Alba debate,
hindsight.
let me just complete my
Back to
statement.
Euros and Copas. Let's go.
Yeah,
yeah, back to the Euros
Back to
and
Euros
Copas.
Copa. See, so Luis
And
Enrique.
no Sergio Ramos talks, please.
Yeah.
Like, I am heartbroken today.
Coming back to Luis Enrique, everyone saw how his midfield, consisting of 18-year-old Pedri, apparently a Finnish Busquets, and Koke. Koke के लिए कुछ बोल नहीं सकते. Koke has been brilliant for Atletico Madrid quite some time, but
Fans
he
were
was
also
not that
dissing
great in this
Busquets,
Euros.
no?
He missed a lot of chances.
They absolutely dominate the best midfield in Euros. Jorginho had 26 passes in total. 26 passes for the whole match. Busquets has had 38 passes in the opposition half itself. What does that tell you? Like, they were outrun. Jorginho तो फिर भी दिखा था मेरे को मैच में. Barella फिर भी he was trying something. Where was Verratti? Verratti, the only time I saw Verratti in the whole match was that a challenge on Olmo in the 5th or 6th minute of the game. That's it. Pura time, बाकी time invisible. And you cannot say कि individual quality से ऐसा बना है Spain का midfield, because Pedri, yeah, he is a generational talent that's being proven in this Euros, but he's still 18-year-old. This is Lucho's system that made them play this way. I mean, Roberto Mancini has given a great has put a great system at place in Italy. They are starting to play more possessional football. It's beautiful to watch Italy, honestly, and I'll be supporting Italy in the finals. But
Of course
they
you will.
forgot the real OGs of possession football, that is Spain.
So now moving
Okay,
on.
yeah,
I'm
okay,
sorry,
but taking
but
over from Costa.
I just cannot digest England winning.
Same here.
Okay,
Also, there's one
and the
thing,
man says he loves
even
football.
if England wins.
Also,
No,
you
the
put
thing
up a
is, if
status that there are
England wins,
deserved winners. When
problem
Switzerland
हो जाएगा यार.
crashed out
मेरा
versus
Jordi
Spain.
Alba, मेरा Jordi Alba
What
agenda
happened to that
हो जाएगा.
statement?
मेरे को रहती है. I'm not
Okay,
that
okay,
kind of fan to the England.
Costa, I'll take over from you.
I don't
I'll take over from you answering Saisu's question about Alba versus Shaw. Jordi Alba, as I was mentioning, has been probably the best back alongside Marcelo. They have had in spells probably the top two, indecisively the top two in the last decade. But Jordi Alba, at the moment, we've seen at Barcelona that he's been used as a wing back because of his defensive frailties, the space he leaves behind a lot, especially with the Longley or Umtiti or the unlucky defensive pairing that they have had. They've conceded a lot of goals through the half spaces. Spain, similarly, with the opponents that they had in the group stage, especially the likes of Slovakia, Sweden, you'd expect Jordi Alba to move up, and he's always been brilliant moving up. He started his career as a left winger, then moved down the order at Valencia. And you'd expect the player of his caliber and the player of his stature to put in those crosses, who has been on the top of the game with especially those midfielders. Contrary to that, Luke Shaw has a very average midfield. None of us could compare Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice to Busquets, Pedri, and it's foolish. And if you see a stat size to Costa and Simran, you could see that England's most chances created were coming from just below the halfway line towards the left. That's the heat map of chances created, and that's where Luke Shaw operates. First match, Kieran Trippier played, didn't take all. Luke Shaw has been so much consistent here. 3 assists. He's the highest assist getting defender, created a bucket load of chances the other night against Denmark. Raheem Sterling, I don't know how could not tap them in.
Luke
Harry
Shaw
Kane
has
missing
had
sitters as well.
Harry Kane in front of him, although he had a subpar Euros. But Jordi Alba has Morata. So yeah, Jordi Alba has what 13 to 14 big chances, not big chances, 13 to 14 chances created in this
Of
Euro.
course,
So
it's not
chances
just about the
created.
big chances.
And
The opponents
Samrat,
that
I'd
Luke
like to
Shaw
talk
has
to you
faced.
about that wing back situation. You said Alba is being used as wing back at Barcelona. It's not that. Alba was used as wing back for what 20, 25, no 20 games or 15, 20 games when we had a back team mostly. But Alba looks like a wing back because of the way he plays and because of what Barcelona's left wing offers. We play Antoine Griezmann or Martin Brathwaite in the left wing. So what they do, they tuck inside. So लेफ्ट विंग का राजा मतलब बाप है एल्बा मतलब एफसी बार्सिलोना का लेफ्ट विंग इज टोटली एल्बा नो वन एल्स ही वही है वही चांस क्रिएट करेगा लेफ्ट विंग में वही बॉल भी विन करेगा और डिफेंस में डिफेंसिवली स्पीकिंग एवरीवन इज लाइक कि एल्बा इज डिफेंसिवली इनएफिशिएंट और डिफेंसिव इश्यूज नहीं होते एल्बा के ऑनेस्टली द वे ही मेक्स
you guys had Dembele, Coutinho, Ansu Fati, Pedri, all playing through the left wing.
I would have to cut you off.
He can make
Excuse me, boy. So I would have to cut you off. Simran has been silent for a long time and she deserves some participation. So moving on to Simran. So, I would like to ask, since you're a Germany supporter,
Loving the debate. Huh?
since you support Germany, so what are your thoughts on the low quitting and then moving on to Flick? What are you expecting from Flick era and what are your memories from the low era? Bittersweet one.
Very tough question, a very sad question also. Like when the Euro started, I had no hopes from Germany because the way they had been performing and that 6-0 versus against Spain and all that. And we knew that Lowe's era was coming to an end. And no matter how most Germany fans like diss him and like disrespect him, I cannot do that because that man has been monumental for Germany. Like we have seen the era, like we have seen how Germany has been so good in the past few World Cups, Euros, and every other international matches, friendly matches everywhere. So when we won the World Cup in 2014, it was very special. It was very special because I started watching football from 2006. Okay, it was accidental, and I was just sitting with my dad, and he is an Argentina supporter. So I was just like, "Hey, dekh lete, kya hi dekh rahe, Papa?" But like that got me hooked, and like surprisingly, my eyes first caught David Villa, and I was like, "ये तो काफी अच्छा player है." And I was like, अच्छा ये स्पेन की टीम काफी सही है. But then I saw Germany and I was like, oh, I like this team. Pata nahi kyun? Like there is no explanation to it because we all know that कि हम लोग का club हो या whatever international country we support, we cannot find one particular reason to why we support them and why we still do. So
Simran, I have a
2006
question.
we had okay.
I have a question. What happened back in
It's amazing
2010
she
World Cup
stopped.
when Argentina
What
met
happened
Germany
back-
More important, I would
between
like
you
to
and your dad?
what were the scenes after the World Cup final? That is still
Yeah, so I'll tell you what happened. Like we were sitting.
I'll come to the World Cup later. First, the 4-0.
Yeah, so I was like, oh God, Messi had a great tournament, and Messi was like, we all were afraid, like we wouldn't admit it.
Costa
at that
digging
time because
stats
I
like
was
Jose
young.
Mourinho digging out Manchester United in his new pre-match
Yeah.
at Roma.
So I was afraid of Argentina because of Lionel Messi, but at the same time, in 2010, the Germany team was very much solid, and I thought that we would win it. And the way they were playing, I was like, okay, we'll win it. So when that match happened, and I was like, shit, please Argentina ko hara do. And personally, I thought it would be 1-0 or 2-1. That was my prediction. Like कि ऐसा होगा because like Argentina भी छोटी मोटी टीम थोड़ी ना थी. But then it was like 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goal, 4 goal, and I was very young, so I was jumping up and down in our living room, and my dad was so pissed. He was so pissed. He like literally he like just went outside and he like came back after half an hour or something. He was literally very pissed and he was like कि ये Messi से कुछ नहीं होगा. I miss Maradona. Like Messi is nowhere near Maradona. नहीं होगा. Like I'm stopping supporting Argentina. So like, yeah, he had a very bad night and I had a very very good night.
So,
that's
Kaustubh,
what
on that
happened
note,
in
on
the
that Messi
4-0.
and Maradona note, so there has been obviously a lot of debate. So, do you think Messi winning a trophy with Argentina can settle some dust on that? And also, he has connections against England and with Italy as well. So, what do you think about that?
I'll tell you one thing. As a player, Messi for me has been the greatest player, but I don't think Messi could ever reach that level of Maradona, that god status. I'll tell you why. Not because of the stats, not because of what he has done as a player, but because of the emotions involved. What Maradona gave Argentina, like he made a whole nation dream. Nobody would have thought before Maradona happened that Argentina will win a World Cup like that. Nobody would have given Napoli a chance to win a Scudetto. He did that with Napoli. That's what makes him a god.
Maradona
Messi
bloody made
is
Italians
the
support
greatest of all
Argentina.
time.
He was
So,
that status.
but
My dad has established this
what?
point. I have shown him I have shown him thousands of videos of Messi showing him that dad, he's a great player, and I think he may be better than Maradona. And my dad is like, okay, now like bring up Maradona's videos and I'll show you how he is better than Messi. So my dad is like straight up, he's like Maradona is above them all. Like please, he like maybe Ronaldo can do something like Ronaldo. Maybe he's little close, but Messi nowhere near. And I'm like, okay, dad, okay, it's fine. Because I guess because he's frustrated because
Speaking of family,
Messi
I'd like to add, Saisudi. My grandfather is a Brazil fan. My dad is an Argentina fan, and I am a Spain fan. So you can guess what 2014 World Cup was like for the family. I cried with due to the group stage exit. Then my grandfather literally didn't eat for a whole day after that 7-1. And my father stopped
sorry, we are
talking for like a week after the final defeat. It was so
Okay,
yeah.
the whole
क्या
family
बोलते
got
हैं?
disappointed.
My dad is dreaming again. My grandfather is constantly. My grandfather constantly jibes, at my dad. In fact, funny thing is, my dad is a Real Madrid supporter. Actually, no, he does not follow follow club football as well as international football. But for some reason, he supports Real Madrid. I never asked actually why. I don't know. My dad and my grandfather have a big rivalry when it comes. They constantly have jabs with each other. When Barcelona got ousted by Liverpool in semi-final, I was crying already, and my dad is making fun of me. I was like, "What kind of a dad are you?" So yeah, family में बहुत लफड़ा होता है इंटरनेशनल फुटबॉल को लेके. Imagine son being a Argentina fan and father being a Brazil fan. So Copa America final is going to be
great.
फैमिली में दरार पड़ने वाली है एटलीस्ट एक मंथ के लिए.
क्या टूटने वाला है?
Thankfully, क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे grandfather is living in his hometown and my dad is in Ranchi. तो मेरे को लफड़े में पड़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. मैं कोलकाता में मस्त हूँ.
So now before concluding, so
But yeah,
only 2 minutes left. So Kaustubh खत्म भी करना है. So can I get a predictions from you on young player of the tournament and player of the tournament for Euros and Copa if you followed both?
Young player of the tournament, no doubt, Pedri. Any other name is incorrect. I mean, Gigi Buffon if he pulls off a legendary performance in the final. Gigi Buffon बोल रहे हैं. Gigi Donnarumma if he pulls off pulls off a legendary performance in the final, then maybe Pedri ka khatra hai. Pedri clear easily,
Pedri has been sensational.
hopefully.
No two ways about that. He's a player. I find shades of Iniesta in because Iniesta is one whom I idolized in my playing days. Like to model my game on him. Contrary to Barcelona fans' belief that I am blind and something like that. Anyways, Pedri for me number one. Number two, very very close would be Mikhail Damsgaard. He had a fantastic Euros. The way he has been so lethal for Denmark, scoring goals and the assists. So either between, I think I'll give Pedri 75 out of 100 and I'll give Damsgaard 60, if 7.5 and a 6 in terms of their overall, not being just the players. Young players, these two, Copa America, I think I'll leave it to Simran and Costa.
Well,
So Copa,
हाँ, Copa America में भी best
I didn't follow Copa.
young player होता है क्या?
I don't know.
Copa में best young player होता है?
होता क्या है? कोपा में तो एक्स्ट्रा टाइम भी नहीं होता है.
देखना पड़ेगा यार.
So Euro players of the
Copa
tournament
has
for you?
lost its value.
नहीं, it's not
I have
about
to go with Samrat.
the value.
in
The
the-
thing is, the UEFA is way richer than CONMEBOL. CONMEBOL का ऐप देखो यार, क्या बोलते हैं ये जादवपुर के अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स उससे बेटर ऐप बना लेंगे यार for Copa.
They don't even maintain the pitches.
ऐसा सीन है ना, even yeah, the countries are financially unstable, be it Ecuador, Venezuela, they give hell of a fight. They जान झोंक देते हैं पिच में, but you cannot say they are developing talent per se, because financially they just cannot hold a light to the European nations. Like even Denmark is 50 light years ahead of Ecuador, Venezuela. Not just Denmark, be it Hungary,
Iceland
the dark
as well.
horses, Turkey, they are
Yeah.
ahead.
Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah. You just compare Euros and Copa.
So player of the tournament for you guys?
Who has
What they
been-
lack in talent. Player of the tournament,
For me,
hopefully
for me,
Lionel
it has
Messi.
been- Yeah,
For-
I'd say Lionel Messi because I have not watched Copa. Okay,
Yeah.
so
And
Lionel-
Simran, for
I
you,
think
you can
Neymar
start.
I think Neymar may also get the player of the tournament for Copa. I guess he has been sensational from the way I've seen the
Basically, whoever
statistics
wins the
and-
Copa.
yeah.
And for the Euros?
For the Euros, young player, of course, Pedri, and I would personally want to kidnap him from Barcelona and bring him here, but wo ho nahi sakta, sadly. And
You had the chance.
player.
Your club had the chance before
I
us.
know.
They missed it.
See, we have made several mistakes in the past, so I don't know what to say. Anyways,
Mm.
so best player, I don't know. I have to go with Samrat here. I guess it will be Damsgaard. He has been sensational from Denmark, and who else? I personally like Jorginho,
Aishudeep,
even though he
Hmm.
I'd
didn't
like to
perform
say-
very.
I'd like to say Euros का best player Raheem Sterling हो सकता है.
Yes, he has a great
If
chance.
England wins.
Yes, the name came
Yes.
to my mind, but because I
He
hate
has
England
done
so
a
much,
carry
I
job
didn't
for
say it.
England.
Yeah, he has been.
Even in the semi-final, it was marred by that dive, of course, but Sterling
He
had a
had
sensational
10 or
semi-final
something
appearance.
dribbles. So Samrat, your
Yeah.
player of the
Yeah,
tournament?
Sterling. Yeah.
See, I do not hate the English players.
We are linked
I do
with
not hate the
Sterling.
English players. They
You know,
they are
Real
very
Madrid is
likable.
linked with Sterling
I only
right
have
now.
2 minutes to take all of the opinions. So Samrat,
Okay, player of the tournament between Italy, I'd say it is an unpopular opinion. I'll give you two options. If Italy wins, it should be Jorginho. I am a biased Manchester United fan, but still Jorginho has been sensational for both club and country. And the legend shout outs that he's been getting for Ballon d'Ors are not at all fake or false claims by Chelsea fans. I'll do something. I'll do a stat something on my Twitter feed like that to prove my case because I've been even blind to that. But Jorginho has been sensational. He's the only player that hasn't been dropped by Italy at any matches. He's been already there.
Yes.
He
And
looks, makes what have just 2 minutes more. Just
and
wanted
we
to
only
include
have
one
2
thing. What
minutes
happens?
more on the podcast left.
Okay, just very similar, very shortly. People always look what happens out with the ball. So you miss what Jorginho is doing when there is the ball is in the defensive transition or in the offensive transition. You see his positioning. You see him marshalling the midfield, a midfield of Verratti, Nico Parella. We'd almost missed that. So if you notice that Jorginho has been sensational, if Luka Modric can get it, why not Jorginho? And Copa, I think either of Messi or Neymar. I don't think anyone else is going to get it.
And Kostov quickly,
Simple.
because I have to wind up. Only one name.
Yeah, player of the tournament for
Less than a minute बाकी है.
Euros. Raheem Sterling.
Oh.
Sterling, player of the tournament जीत जाए, फिर he goes to Real Madrid and ruins their attack. Good for us, hopefully.
So thank you everyone for watching. So we have run out of time. So thank you for the panelists, and we hope to have you soon, and hope you enjoy the finals.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank
And
you.
Kostov.
Bye.